In 1996, a policeman would be out with his wife on the streets of London doing a bit of shopping. The man's wife went into the bookstore to grab some books by herself, and the policeman chose to wait for his wife outside instead of accompanying her into the store. There, he wandered off down the street in search for a CD store, and as he strolled, he began to notice an unusual quietness that drew his attention to his surroundings. Firstly, he noticed a van like one of those from the 1950s, and he must have thought that he was daydreaming until that van honked and swerved around him. At that moment, he realized that he was standing in the middle of the street and that everyone around him was dressed in 1950s style. The policeman was greatly confused and could not make sense of anything that was happening around him at the moment. He thought of locating the bookstore where he had left his wife, but to his greatest surprise, it was no longer there. At the same location as the bookstore was a woman's clothing store, and that confused the man even more, but he still had to look for his wife, so he opened the clothing store and went in anyways. As soon as he had stepped in, the clothing store then changed back into the bookstore. The man learned that the clothing store that he saw existed back in the 1950s, and there's no better way to explain what happened to the policeman than time travel. Number 3.